Welcome everybody to This Is Not Your House. I am back, doing my thing. I should be back to doing what I was doing before. So I appreciate everybody who kept watching, kept liking, kept subscribing. We're at 100. Bless y'all of y'all. I hope y'all are having a great year. There's a tutorial. I don't know if I need it. I don't know what this game is. I'm gonna just dive in. It shouldn't be that difficult. Roger always knew if he were attacked, it would happen on the walk from his car to his home. So he readied his house key before stepping out of the vehicle. He would get attacked just from here to here. Keeping it ready as he walked to the trunk of his car. He hangs his groceries from his wrist, keeping his fingers free to open the front door without fumbling. As Roger makes his way to the porch, his eyes start darting between the house's corners. He'd read about a young woman being ambushed in her driveway this week before. He tries to put it out of his mind by counting how many steps it takes him to reach the front door. But he can't stop listening for the sound of someone rushing toward him. There is a gentle breeze and the white noise of distant traffic. Roger assures himself he is right to remain vigilant. It only takes a split second for someone to get the drop on you. Steady with the key now, smooth as fast. Roger's key slides in on the first try. It won't turn. Roger removes his key and inspects it. It's engraved with a large H, definitely the correct key. Roger tries the key again. Locked, jammed, broken maybe? Roger takes a step away from the door and scans the area for suspicious persons. He sees no one. I like how the shed is literally labeled with big letters, shed. For whatever the fuck reason that is. And does the shed have a fireplace? I guess, cool. Keep things warm in there, but I don't think you should be in the shed for that long to need that. He releases his grasp on the key and leaves it in the lock. He drops his grocery bags on the porch. He tries furiously to turn, pull, and push on the key and door handle every which way. Without success. Roger hears something inside. Oh shit. Are you meaning Roger's at the wrong house? A shadow passes by the window. It looks like someone's silhouette through the curtain. Roger pounds on the door. Bruh, you were worried about someone jumping in on you, jumping you, killing you, whatever, and now you see someone in your house and you're pounding on the door, bruh? I'd hop in my car and call the police. Open up this instant. The police are en route. No, the fuck they aren't, Roger. The door unlocks from the inside. Oh. Can I help you? You can start by getting out of my house. This house does not belong to you. Check the deed, lady. A deed is only a piece of paper. I don't like her smile. And it's like these two pits of voids in her eyes. Hell nah. I don't like this. One that proves this house is my property. Personal property is a social construct. Those who inhabit a space own it. Oh, she's a squatter? Let her have the house or take your house back. Oh shit, we have a whole visual novel type save right there. You know what? I'm taking my goddamn house back. I have a rotisserie chicken cooling off out here. I'll be eating it in my dining room before it's room temp. The homeowner attempts to shut the door on Roger. Oh shit, don't look at me like that, lady. Roger swiftly jams his foot between the door and its frame. He presses his face into the gap his foot provides. Why would you do that? I don't think you heard me, ma'am. Whoa. Roger shoulders the door wide open. Are we gonna kill her? The homeowner's knocked back into the kitchen. Why is she called homeowner? You forgot your chicken. Oh, you forgot your chicken. Get the chicken. I'm gonna stand my ground, ma'am. Whoa. Is that Roger? I'll get it when you're gone. Hey. Be sure not to leave too often, Roger. I have a habit of roosting in unattended spaces. Roger hears a car start up right outside. They stealing my whip! He looks out the window to see what's going on. What? How did she get out there? The homeowner waves from the driver's seat of his car and disappears down the road. It can't be. Roger whirls around. The homeowner is no longer in his kitchen. He proceeds to clear the house, room by room, until he is sure she's gone. Roger spent the next few days gathering up every trace of the homeowner's presence and passed it on to the authorities. What the fuck is that? Doilies? Doilies? Dollies? Doilies. Table runners. Oiled drape runners, candles. It seemed like she'd lived there for years, leaving things in odd places only someone familiar with the space would. It took Roger an additional half day just to rearrange the furniture. Thankfully, she hadn't moved in her own. Then there was nothing left for Roger to do, except his grocery shopping. Yeah, his rotisserie. He decided to have his groceries delivered by a boy from the neighborhood for a while. He didn't want to leave the house alone. He started to feel silly about it after a few weeks passed. Police couldn't locate his missing car. He bought a junker so he could handle his errands around town. Roger didn't notice the walk from his car to his house anymore. The only thing that would worry him is whether or not he could turn his key when he got home. A shadow passes by the window. Is she back? End credits? She came back? Is that the case? No way. What the fuck? Yeah, why would you need a tutorial? Hold up. Let me load here. Because I want my chicken. Get the chicken. Roger turns around to collect his groceries. He sees someone analogous to his homeowner devouring his rotisserie chicken. Who the fuck are you? And why are you eating my raw rotisserie chicken? Or is it not raw? The homeowner behind Roger grabs a paring... What the fuck? It's a duo. The homeowner clamps a hand over Roger's mouth and shoves the blade into his back. A muffled gasp. The knife forces the air from Roger's lungs. He paws helplessly at the homeowner's arm. Roger's vision narrows and blurs. He tries to bite the homeowner and break free. Her hand remains firmly clamped over his mouth. He can taste the tang of her blood with an unexpected acidity. The homeowner gently lowers Roger to the floor. Roger tries to get up, but grows weaker as blood pumps through his heart and out his back. The homeowner keeps him pinned to the floor and presses down to strain his breathing. Who the fuck is that? I see your tits. Roger grows tired and slips away into a calm and reassuring dark. The homeowner's analog grabs the grocery bags and carries them inside. It sets the bags on the floor and steals a glance at Roger. We have plenty to eat tonight. There may even be enough to store in the freezer. We'll need a dress and quarter it to see how much there is. Now close the door, I won't tolerate a draft. The homeowner's analog grabs the door and throws it shut. The goings on of the house safeguarded from the eyes of prying neighbors by a door and some drapes. End credits. Damn. So, what if we just give her the crib? Let her have the house. Keep the house. I'll take my car and head down to the station. Which car is that? The one I pulled up in? I didn't notice. The only one sitting in the driveway? But sir, that's my car. What in the hell? God damn. There it goes. Roger turns just in time to see the car he calls his own reversing into the street. He sees the homeowner wave to him from the driver's seat and disappear down the road. Here, let me help you with that. What? Roger... Wait. What is happening? What is her hand doing? Roger tries to run after his car, but the homeowner grabs a hold of his shirt. She slips it off with one deft sweep. Roger spins around, trying to grab a hold of his button-down. He feels goosebumps forming on his arms as his nipples harden. Give me my shirt back. No need for these either. The homeowner grabs the hem of Roger's pants. They're just taking everything from him. Bro, you have nothing left. And yanks backward, knocking Roger flat on his back. The homeowner quickly slides off his pants and the remaining articles on his person. Roger lies dazed with his head pounding from the collision with the porch. He can hear the sounds of rustling fabric and crinkling plastic bags. Roger wraps his arms around his head and groans. Please, not my... Oh, please, not my chicken. This is all I have left is my chicken. Is that my wiener? I can't tell. The homeowner gathers Roger's things, glides into the house, and slams the door shut. I am naked. Roger pulls himself to his feet. He cups his genitals in his hands and tries to keep warm. He shakes from the cold. Oh, shit. Bro, they left me in the worst state. I've got nothing. Find help, seek shelter, wait her out, or break down the door. Bruh. It's cold. And I'm naked. Seek shelter? Shed? Maybe there might be a weapon in the shed. With no immediate means of retaking his house, Roger thinks it's best to find somewhere to rest. He takes off into the woods in search of shelter from the elements. Why not the shed? Is that me? Roger finds a grove just before dark. What the fuck is that? At its center stands an immense hollow tree. Roger crawls inside and huddles against its bark for warmth. It protects him from the biting wind outside. As he settles into a comfortable position, his breathing slows and he drifts off to sleep. He wakes the next morning to terrible hunger pangs. He crawls out of the tree and onto the dewy forest floor. He scrounges around looking for food. He happens upon a large growth of mushrooms. Am I gonna start tripping hard? Oh, man. No. Aren't you in a neighborhood? Why don't you just... Well, you're naked, but don't eat it. Don't eat it. Roger wasn't sure if the mushrooms were poisonous or not. That too. They could be poisonous too. He didn't want to risk dying for a single breakfast. He let them be. But the fact remained. He was hungry. He set out for the edge of the forest at a brisk pace, skulking through the tree line parallel to the roadway to hide his nakedness. Why did I go full primal? Can I just cry for help while doing all this? Why am I being so secretive? As the forest thins, he ducks in the alleys and hides behind garbage cans. He smells something on the breeze. It makes him salivate and clench his fists with an aggravated longing. Am I this hungry after just a day? I've had a day or two where I had barely anything to eat. Like, barely anything. Like a bowl of cereal and that's it. By him? This is what's gone through his head? He's going full just instincts now? Something catches Roger's eye. A fire station. What? Am I gonna steal the whole fire truck? Well, there you go. Okay. I didn't know where his brain was at. He was giving me like odd vibes. They might be able to help. Maybe go to the fire station. I don't know why you would follow the scent of food. Like, you're obviously, your car was stolen, your clothes were stolen, your chicken was stolen, and your house. Reason compels Roger to stop at the fire station and seek assistance. He knocks on the front door. The man who answers seems unfazed by Roger's lack of dress. Sir, is it possible the station has some clothing it could lend me? Or some food to spare? Got plenty of both, come on in. Oh! Roger's given a baggy t-shirt with the monogram of a defunct company on it, accompanied by some ill-fitting pants. He relaxes knowing he will not be charged with indecent exposure. Terry is in charge of lunch for the station today. He's got a pot of chili going. Oh, hell yeah. Might not be appetizing first thing in the morning, but it's what we got. I would appreciate some, thank you. The fireman nods and hurries back with a bowl of chili and a cold beer. Roger isn't normally one for beer, but it is dark and filling. So if you don't mind me asking, what's got you out on the street with your pecker hanging out? I went out for groceries yesterday. While I was out, some woman broke into my house and changed the locks. I couldn't get back in and had to spend the night in the woods. Well, why was your pecker out? You like shopping naked? No. The woman had an accomplice who broke into my car while I was trying to get into the house. I tried to stop her from taking the car, but the woman in the house jumped me from behind when I did. I took a bad blow to the head, she stripped me on the porch, and her pal took off with my car. Fireman scratches his beard. Why didn't you go to the police? It was freezing out and getting dark fast. I didn't know how to find the station, and she took my phone, so I just holed up for the night. Glad he made it. Awfully cold last night. Kind of makes it our slow season. I'm just glad I stumbled onto this place. The facade really stands out. The facade... Man. Apologies for my pronunciation of things. You got any kind of documentation to prove you own that house? Of course. I have the deed in a safety deposit box, but I need my ID to get to it. And that bitch took my pants, with my wallet still in them. You think she's still in the house, or took off in the car with her pal? She had no intention of leaving, I can tell you that. That settles it then. I'll get the blues on the horn and get this sorted for you. Fuck yeah. Fireman lumbers over to the phone on the far wall. A wave of relief washes over Roger knowing a civil servant is assisting him. Still, the fireman's reaction to Roger's story troubles him. He doesn't want the fireman thinking of him as a crazy old man. Worse still, Roger worries he is a crazy old man and just doesn't know it yet. Part of him hopes that a woman is still in the house to prove to himself that what he remembers happening really happened. Whoa! Jesus, the whole state's crew is showing up? And firemen and helicopters? What the fuck is happening? Holy shit. When police arrive at Roger's residence, they find the homeowner barricaded inside the upstairs bedroom. Oh shit, she's actually still there. That's good. I'm not crazy. Raving that the house is hers, she's been there all her life. It's her childhood home. She demands the police get a warrant to search the premises. But she is unable to provide personal ID or proof of residence. Bearing no legal claim to the property, she cannot refuse them entry. They are unable to locate Roger's wallet, believing the homeowner has destroyed it. Roger's social security card and birth certificate are recovered from the premises, which he uses to acquire the deed from his safety deposit box. With the proper paperwork secured and presented to the authorities, Roger is permitted entry to his home. The homeowner is taken into police custody. Oh, fuck yeah. Whoa! Roger spent the next several years checking in on the homeowner as she was transferred between a variety of state mental institutions. He eventually lost track of her in the system. He nearly forgot about her altogether until his car was recovered. It was unearthed at a site in Nevada where BlackRock was breaking ground on the construction of a new housing complex. Roger put the car out of his mind. He didn't allow himself to worry about the homeowner. He kept his shotgun at his bedside and slept easy. End credits. Damn! That was the best one yet. We didn't get fucked over or anything. Like, that was good. We were able to deal with it. But, as usual, there's like all of these, and there's these, and there's that. I will eat the mushrooms. Roger consumes the mushrooms with a desperate ferocity. Oh, look at this happy upbeat. They have a bitter taste, but Roger's hunger allows him to chew through it. As his belly fills with the mushrooms, he starts to feel ill. Oh, his head begins to spin. Okay. His manner of thought shifts and becomes fluid. Roger sees the world around him as a part of him. Oh yeah, I'm tripping. Or he's a part of it. A very small part. A moat. The homeowner was right, in part. Personal property is a construct, but habitation is not means of ownership. He did not own the immense tree any more after sleeping in it than he did before knowing of it. The moat merely landed on the tree. In the morning, it came upon some mushrooms and began thinking of the world before itself. It surrendered itself to the soil, to the cool damp, to the network, forsaking hunger, forsaking words, words like Roger, and returning home. Damn. Damn, okay. Bro, okay, I knew it. I knew it. Let's follow the scent of food. Roger's hunger takes hold of him. It demands satisfaction. So he follows the scent in the air. He finds his way to the nearby Ultra store. The welcomer at the door barely notices him, distracted by a handheld gaming device. Oh shit. Roger wanders the vacant halls of the store until he finds men's clothing. He grabs a simple outfit, a pair of socks, and some sneakers. Then he heads straight for the ready-made meals by the self-checkout. But I don't have a wallet or anything, so what's happening here? Am I just gonna steal all that shit? Piping hot pizzas for breakfast. Roger grabs one of the boxes and takes a seat on the floor in front of the display. He uses the box as a plate and chows down on the warm treat. A bit sleepy, but satisfied, Roger takes a moment to think. What am I doing, to be honest? Like, I didn't purchase any of this shit. I just put it on and started eating and doing all that shit. With some warm clothes and a full stomach, the answer strikes him almost immediately. Roger shuffles out of the store, leaving discarded pizza boxes and tags in his wake. Yep, I just stole it. Insert arm into automation orifice? He makes his way to the ATM outside the store's entrance. What is that? Roger reads the display and looks down. He sees the ATM's orifice. What the fuck is that? I have to stick in my arm in this? Why? He slides his arm inside. It is cold, pulsating. Roger looks up at the display. His fingers grope around inside the orifice for the keypad. Roger feels the raised shape of the numbers on the keys. He pokes his pin into the pad. The ATM produces his funds. Roger pays for the clothes and pizza while checking out some additional supplies. That's freaky. Roger had never committed a criminal act. He was distressed to discover how easy it was. At his own house in broad daylight, no one paid any attention as he hooked a hose up to the gas tank outside of the house. No one batted an eye when he broke the kitchen window or ran the gas tank's hose through it. Not even when he threw the lit Zippo inside. The neighborhood only took notice when they heard. Damn, the result. The fire department was first to arrive on the scene. Roger was impressed by their response time. Thankfully, their investigative abilities left much to be desired. They declared the fire a natural accident caused by a gas leak. Roger was able to claim the full amount on his insurance policy and use the money to buy a home closer to his grandchildren. I guess good ending, he blew that bitch up, but damn. He went crazy route just like that. Like that was fast to just go from 0 to 100. All just because he got some clothes and a pizza. He just blew a woman up in his whole house. Okay. So we can break down the door, we can find help, or wait her out. Let's break down the door. Roger's a strong man, but not strong enough to break a door down with his bare feet. So instead, he takes a swing at the door's window. He feels something warm and slippery pour down his arm as he fumbles with the deadbolt. He manages to get a grip on the lock and slide it open. Roger opens the door and shuffles inside. He hears heavy footsteps from the floor above. Oh no. The steps indicate the homeowner's headed for the stairs. Shit. Had she found his shotgun? Roger only had a moment to act. Hide in ambush or arm yourself? Probably arm myself. Roger darts to the knife block in the kitchen a mere 15 feet away. He yanks out the butcher's knife and wheels around, heading for the stairs. Oh shit, she found the shotgun! A yellow flash and flecks of cinder. Ooh, Roger lies dead, practically eviscerated by his own shotgun. The homeowner calls the police to report the incident. What is left of the body is labeled a John Doe. It is cremated by the town according to protocol. The local paper released a story about the incident, labeling Roger an unidentified drifter and the homeowner as a neighborhood hero. Some locals caught the story and recognized Roger from the area. A correction was printed, but it was portrayed Roger as an unstable addict to account for his state of undress and violent behavior. Local officers used Roger as a cautionary tale at school assemblies to display the dangers associated with drug abuse. The homeowner was heralded throughout the state as an example of someone who defended themselves when police were nowhere in sight. She was paid handsomely to act as the keynote speaker for a variety of clubs and events over the next few years. End credits. Damn. My whole life got turned around so quick just because they couldn't verify who I looked like. Hide in ambush. Roger wasn't sure he could make it to the kitchen and back before the homeowner reached him. He pressed himself against the corner wall at the bottom of the staircase, hoping to remain out of sight. The homeowner's heavy footfall makes it easy to follow her movements. Roger sees the barrel of his shotgun slide through the entryway. He grabs a hold of it and rushes around the corner. The homeowner falls back on the stairs. Roger yanks the gun away from her with his good hand. The homeowner stares at Roger and tries to sit up. Roger brings the butt of the shotgun down on her face. He presses down, grinding and twisting it into her. Her smile peeks out at him from around the gun's stock. She reaches for this trigger. Roger pulls the gun away and brings it down on her face. He does it again, and again, and again. Damn! Holy fuck, you destroyed her! Well, she destroyed you, like, a minute ago, but, bruh, damn. Is that like her brain matter all out everywhere? Relentlessly fragmenting and distorting her features into a puddle. He was satisfied when he could no longer see her eyes. The police arrived shortly after. A neighbor called 20 minutes earlier due to the sound of breaking glass. Roger's defense team could not adequately explain the circumstances leading to him viciously beating an unarmed woman to death in his home. A woman police were never able to identify due to excessive facial and dental trauma, missing fingerprints, and a lack of documentation. The jury found Roger Cormack guilty of first-degree homicide. The prosecution convinced jurors that Roger had kidnapped the woman and killed her when she attempted to escape his home. Roger now inhabits a cell on death row awaiting lethal injection. End credits. What do you mean? My car is gone? How could I have kidnapped her and drug her all the way home without a car? What was my attorney doing? Plus, like... Oh, I don't even know. But I'm in jail. Damn. Rest in peace to Roger. Okay. So, wait her out and find help. Let's wait her out. Roger was not one to bully others or be bullied himself. He stood resolutely on his porch like any respectable citizen would. He spent the first few hours hollering and pounding on his own front door. As it grew late and cold, Roger began to lose feeling in his extremities. His pounding became limp and inconsistent, and his hollers turned to hoarse whispers. He became warm and a bit drowsy. Roger reasoned it was best to get some rest and resume his valiant opposition in the morning. Morning did not come for Roger. He sat on the porch, curled up, and nestled his head against the front door. It was the comfiest and the sleepiest Roger has ever been. The homeowner discovered Roger at dawn and called the police. Cause of death was determined to be hypothermia. He was tagged as a John Doe and placed in a morgue to await cremation. Roger's final moments were warm, and he was not afraid. End credits. Damn! Bruh. Alright, find help. Driven by the belief he cannot resolve the house theft on his own, Roger runs off to find help. Running down the road, he spots a police cruiser on patrol. Roger begins wildly flailing his arms and calling out for the vehicle to stop. The cruiser comes to a halt, and an officer steps out from the passenger side. Roger sprints toward him, shouting, attempting to explain his situation. The officer enters a defensive stance and draws his weapon on Roger. You're running naked, screaming and yelling, in the middle of night, towards a police car on an open road. Roger, you're surprised you're not dead now. Roger freezes in place, thrusting his hands into the air. Don't move. Hands. Let me see those hands. They're up. I'm cooperating. Suspect is uncooperative. I'm cooperating. What am I a suspect of? Turn around. I said turn around right now. Roger complies. Walk backward toward me. Roger walked backwards towards the officer. Not so fast. Roger stops in a lethal game of red light, green light. Did I say stop? Roger does not speak, and he does not move. He does not want to alarm the officer. Come on, hurry up. Roger very slowly walks backward toward the officer. I said slowly, not slow motion. Pick up the pace. Roger does not hasten his pace. He is terrified of doing something that could be seen as threatening. That's it. The sound of the officer's thudding footsteps draws near to Roger. Roger hears cuffs being readied behind him. He feels the cold metal press against his wrists. The officer thrusts Roger against the hood of his car. Roger can feel the cuffs tightening further, cutting off circulation. Please, officer, I'm cooperating. The officer yanks Roger off the hood and steers him with the chain of his cuffs. The metal digs into Roger's wrists, and he flails to anticipate the officer's movements. The officer pushes Roger into the back seat and slams the door. The officer quickly climbs into the front seat and jumps on the radio with dispatch. Roger's naked body wriggles against the leather in the back seat as he attempts to sit up. The officer brings his fist down on the car's dash. Keep it down back there. A few tears stream down Roger's face in the dark. The tears make him feel ashamed, but he cannot suppress how angry and helpless he feels. Please, someone has broken into my house. Look, we're passing by it right now. Just pull over. The old someone stole my house routine. Save it for the judge, junkie. I'm not a junkie, I'm a senior citizen, and I need help. You don't see many elderly junkies, huh? What are you talking about? The officers sit in total silence as they cruise toward the station. Roger sits back and tries not to exasperate the situation further. So you're telling us that you went out shopping and returned home to find your locks were changed? That's right. Then I started pounding on the door and some strange woman answered. Strange? How? What do you mean? She stole my house. Right, but what is it that made her strange to you? How calm she was about it all? Acting like I was a perfect stranger and she belonged there? The officers glance at one another. So you found your locks changed and a strangely calm and comfortable woman at the door. Yes, but she was in my car as well. So she left your house. No, she was in the house, and I turned around and saw her driving away in my car at the same time. Yeah. How does that happen? And Roger, I wouldn't even try to explain that because you know they wouldn't believe it and they would deem you crazy. What are you thinking, Roger? Pair of twins, maybe. They were her. In the car and the house all at once. So what happened to your clothes? She took them right there on the porch when I turned to see the car taken off. She slipped my shirt off. Without you even asking? The officers snicker as they share a look. It's not funny. I was assaulted. Sir, if a woman came up to me with a smile and asked for my clothes, I wouldn't report her. She knocked me down and ripped off my pants. All right, sir. How much have you had to drink this evening? Not a drop. So you're telling me you tried to get into someone else's house in a confused state. Thought you saw two of the same person and wandered the streets naked. But you haven't had anything to drink? That's not what I said. That isn't how it happened. You've already given your statement. All I need to know is how much you were drinking. Shit. Confess to drunkenness, insist you are sober. No, I'm sober. I was not drinking. It's true what I said, every word of it. Put a note that the subject is not cooperating and we haven't been able to positively identify him. My name is Roger Carmack. I've already told you that. Sir, you'll be transferred to a new facility in the morning. You can explain the situation to them. What kind of facility? The kind that has the resources necessary to help someone like you? Oh, dear God. Roger spent the remainder of his life being shuttled between state mental institutions. None were able to properly identify what ailed him. Without a diagnosis and treatment plan in place, they were unable to release him. He raved about the woman who stole his house and his car. The staff learned to tune out his ravings as they didn't with all the other patients. Content to consider his ramblings those of a madman, unspecific nonsense that you can hear pressing your ear to any patient's cell door. End credits. Damn. Poor Roger. In many of these scenarios, he's just fucked over. Confess to drunkenness. Roger hands his head in his hands. You're right, officer. I've had a few too many tonight. I don't know what I'm saying. It's all right, old-timer. Just be glad it's not dementia. I'm very grateful. Well, you can spend the night in the drunk's tank, and we'll release you in the morning. Thank you, officers. Roger spent the last few hours of the evening resting on a cell bench. It was rigid and uncomfortable, but Roger had learned to deal with discomfort in the service. True to his word, the officer released Roger first thing in the morning. Roger received a pair of sweatpants from the lost and found to replace his jumpsuit. He had no phone or wallet and no idea what direction his house was in. He'd never been downtown and didn't know how to find his way out. What do you mean you've never been downtown? You live there. And you went to the store. He focused on finding shelter and food. He spent each day meeting his fundamental needs. Most passerbys refused to look at him. The rest were too frightened by his appearance to speak with him. What is his appearance? Everyone kept a safe distance from him. He faded into the crowds and entirely out of memory. End credits. Damn. So that's the life of the homeowner and Roger. This is not your house. That was interesting. And I really liked all of the different storylines. Some of them were just batshit crazy, like blowing up the house and taking mushrooms. Also the one where his body gets eviscerated to the point where they can't find him. And also the other way where he eviscerates her face to the point where they can't identify her. But then there were some really good ones where he went to the firehouse and he got rescued. And I don't know. That was like pretty much the only one where I'm like, this was genuinely good all the way through. All the other ones, there was at least one fucked up thing. Because with the fireplace, or the firehouse, they also even found his car in Nevada. And they were the ones that were able to put her in a mental institution. But also, I guess the house blowing up one good too. Because she got eviscerated and exploded. He got his insurance back. And then he got to move in close to his grandchildren. So I guess that one's great too. And he got out of this stupid fucking town. But this one was good. This is not your house. And it was amazing. I really enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I love you all to death. I will hopefully be posting weekly again. At least multiple times a week. Like a couple, like 2-3 videos. But we'll see. Life's been fucky. I think for a lot of us it's been. But yeah. Love y'all. Peace.